What's going on, everyone? Mike Kadlick, Taylor Kyles here for CLNS Media, outside of Gillette Stadium, live as the Patriots get ready to take on the Cleveland Browns here in Week 8. We just got our Inactives report, so we'll react to that one right away here, Taylor. For the Patriots, Kyle Duggar is out with the knee injury that we not necessarily expected, but that was the one where we thought maybe could be an inactive due to injury. The rest of these guys, healthy scratches here. Linebacker Caleb Murphy, who was just signed this week. Defensive tackle Eric Gregory. Offensive lineman Caden Wallace. Wide receiver Ethan Chisholm. Tommy DeVito is your emergency third quarterback. And then the big one here, Keon White is a healthy scratch today for the Patriots. So your initial thoughts on all of them, but obviously specifically Keon White being a scratch, also ahead of the trade deadline, potentially noteworthy here.
Yeah, starting with Kyle Duggar. He's been a starter the past 2 weeks because they haven't had Jalen Hawkins. So Jalen Hawkins back in with Craig Woodson.
Yep.
Now, of course, no Kyle Duggar, so going to be sticking to that 3 cornerback nickel package. I will say the past couple weeks I've noticed that Marcus Jones being in that role, it's been kind of tough. As aggressive and physical as he is, it's a bit of a mismatch. So I wonder how the Browns will react to that. They love their multiple tight end sets. Regarding Keon White, I had somebody question whether or not this was actually a surprise. Keon White has never been a healthy scratch in his career, so while, no, he hasn't been what a lot of us expected, we were hoping for a breakout season that has not manifested, it still is a surprise to see him not playing today, so Anthony Jennings is going to play over him. Also, Elijah Ponder, it looks like, will play over him, so we'll have to see what exactly happens as the trade deadline approaches. Maybe Keon White potentially gets moved. We know outside linebackers coach Mike Smith has been very high on Keon White and his potential, but we haven't really seen that on the field necessarily. And then Efton Chisholm has been active the past couple weeks. Now we have to wonder who's going to be the kick returner, because it's been Efton Chisholm and Terrell Jennings, but Terrell Jennings has really been more of a blocker than a returner. Travion Henderson didn't play a big role last week, so maybe he gets more opportunities there, but that's going to be an interesting one to look for as well.
An interesting one there, too, as well, listening to 98.5, the Sports Hub pregame show on our way in. Mike Reese mentioned potentially Kyle Williams back there as a kick returner as well. So
that scares me. I'm not going to lie.
We'll see what happens.
He's not the biggest guy in the world, and even Jeremy Springer mentioned that you do like to have size at that position because it is more of a running back role. You are consistently returning. You got linebackers and safeties out there, so maybe that is a thing. But again, I've been very nervous about that possibility, so we shall see.
On the other side of the ball here for the Cleveland Browns, the one noteworthy inactive quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, who popped up on the injury report late this week, is inactive. Obviously, that's a storyline given the whole Shedeur Sanders drama that's gone on in Cleveland, but it also means that Bailey Zappi is Dylan Gabriel's
Zap Attack, welcome back.
He is Dylan Gabriel's backup quarterback for the Cleveland Browns today. We'll see if he could potentially get in this game, maybe a blowout by the Patriots to see a little Zappi fever, get some Zappi chance here again in Gillette Stadium behind us, something we knew and loved over
Imagine fans start cheering for Bailey Zappi in the fourth quarter. That'd be phenomenal.
That would be phenomenal. Known those plenty well the last couple years here in Foxborough. On the Browns and sort of that defensive side of the ball there, they have one of the sneaky best defenses in the NFL, allowing the least yards per game. Myles Garrett is the big, obviously, token
He's the
player.
big scary.
Yeah, he is the scary player over there on that side of the ball, both against the run and the pass. He can really do it all. How do the Patriots mitigate that today? Can Drake May take advantage of, a potentially, I guess, rush-happy Myles Garrett there on that side of the ball, and how can they mitigate that along their offensive line?
Well, it's going to be a group effort with Myles Garrett. He's not just going to line up on one side. He's going to spend a lot of time against Will Campbell, obviously the rookie left tackle, but they like to move him. He's going to line up against centers, guards, so they're going to have to know where he is and how that might affect the rush plan, because it's not just going to be one-on-ones either. This Patriots offensive line struggled last week against the line game specifically, especially Jared Wilson. Sometimes Garrett Bradbury seemed like he was involved. Even Will Campbell missed a blitzer, so Mike Vrabel mentioned last week the theme of the game was there was either no pressure or instant pressure, so that's got to get nipped in the bud. As to how you can get around that, it's going to take Josh McDaniels, a balanced script, right? You can't be predictable. It's going to take the quick passing game where Drake May has the highest completion rate in the NFL. I mean, Drake May's been pretty much good at everything, so no surprise, but quick passes, timely releases, even if it's not necessarily quick game. Also going to take the offensive line, again, being aware of where Myles Garrett is, and just generally who's around them, because Malik Collins is another guy they're going to have to look out for. He's having a breakout season in year 30, so it's not going to be an easy task, but again, it's going to take Josh McDaniels, putting them in the right positions, also some chip blocks from Andre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, if he is involved in this game, so a lot of different parts, but you can't let Myles Garrett wreck this game.
On that, on the defensive end topic, kind of going back to the Keon White aspect, I wanted to ask this before we get into how the Patriots could potentially defend against Cleveland Browns and their run game with rookie running back Quinshon Judkins. Do you think Keon White would be a trade target for another team. Do you think he's enough value in that aspect? And what, I guess, would you want in return for a guy like that? Do you think he's more, I guess you think he's more valuable with the Patriots here or more valuable as a potential trade target?
I think he's more valuable somewhere else because we've been saying this since the summer. If he's not going to rush inside, unless he did have this breakout season as an edge rusher, that was going to significantly hurt his value. If there is a team that says, hey, we need help on obvious passing situations where they would kick Keon White inside, maybe just have him outside in more of an early down role, the way we've seen him with the Patriots in the past few years, then yeah, I think that would make him a valuable trade target. I don't think you're going to get more than a fourth. I think a fourth is probably your best case scenario because he hasn't produced this year, and that's something that a team could use as leverage. But I think he would be more valuable elsewhere because when you got Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, you also got Joshua Farmer, for example, playing a bigger role. It's just hard for him to get in that rotation. Kyrus Tonga, have to bring up his name anytime we can, even though it's obviously not in pass rush situations. But yeah, we had a feeling it was going to be tough for Keon White to really be his best. Statistically, the Patriots can still point to, hey, last year this guy was an elite interior rusher. We just don't need him there. So hopefully they can get something out of him, but it just feels like his time in New England might not be going on for much longer because this is a really weird situation where he is inactive despite being one of their more talented on paper players.
Definitely. Yep. Should be interesting, this trade deadline in general. Another Patriots trade target actually on this Cleveland Browns team. I want to talk about him in just a second. But first, I got to tell you guys about our friends over at PrizePicks, the best place for daily fantasy sports right now. In this game, I got Drake May more than 1.5 touchdown passes, and I got Quinshon Judkins for less than 65.5 rushing yards. That's the one I'm going to go with in this game. If you want to get in on the action with us over at PrizePicks, head over to PrizePicks right now. Use code CLNS. You get $50 in lineups instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code CLNS on PrizePicks. You get $50 instantly after you play $5. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Now, on that Quinshon Judkins aspect there, I did mention that I do have him less than 65.5 rushing yards on PrizePicks. The Patriots defense has been stout against the run. They have not allowed a single running back to rush for more than 50 yards in a game, hence why I'm going with that on PrizePicks. Quinshon Judkins has been he has been the best rookie running back in this class, and he's been, frankly, one of the better running backs in football this year. Do you think the Patriots can stop him? How do they do so? And if they do stop him, are you worried about Dylan Gabriel getting to them in the aerial attack?
I do think they can stop him because this Cleveland Browns offensive line has not given him a whole lot to work with. I think the Browns are the only team in the NFL averaging negative yards before contact per carry according to Next Gen Stats. So that's going to be tough for Quinshon Judkins to have to work through. Not only that, but the Patriots have not allowed a lot of yards after contact. Yeah. Do they always tackle the first man there? No, but they've done a phenomenal job at swarming, getting multiple guys to the football so that if one guy doesn't make it, there's plenty of reinforcements there. So I don't really see an avenue where Quinshon Judkins has a productive game unless, of course, the Patriots just have a very uncharacteristic day in run defense. But we've seen this line is stacked, and also the linebackers have been playing really well. Jelani Tavai in more of a niche role in some of their base packages, but he's been very good since his return from injured reserve. So I'm not sure how Quinshon Judkins has a productive day, but if the Patriots are going to have success, it's going to be shutting him down to make this Browns offense one-handed, because if they have to pass, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mike Vrabel knows this Cleveland Browns team really well. Coached with them last season along with, or under head coach Kevin Stefanski, rather. Would you go after a guy in Jerome Ford, a backup running back on the Browns right now? Patriots need some help in that third down back aspect. Obviously, Antonio Gibson goes down earlier with the ACL, and Trevion Henderson not getting the, frankly, the run that Patriots fans think he should have or should be getting at this point in the season. Would you go after a guy like Jerome Ford?
Absolutely. I mean, you need running back depth. I don't really care. Even if Trevion Henderson breaks out today, that's still two guys in the backfield. Terrell Jennings, it seems like they really see him as more of a special teamer. Obviously, last week, Mike Vrabel saying, hey, we have our 5-minute back, which that might be awesome, but if you're a 5-minute back, it means they don't trust you for the other 55 minutes of the game. So, yeah, I would absolutely expect. And Jerome Ford is a talented player. He's got some versatility, so I think he would make sense in this running back room.
Even without a, I guess, the stacked running back room that we thought the Patriots had at this point in the season. Ramondre played well last week, keeping the ball off the turf. Do you think the Patriots can run on this Cleveland defense today?
It's going to be tough, man. This defensive line, like we said earlier, pass rush, they are no joke, but they also are one of the best teams in the league when it comes to stuffed runs. The Patriots showed some signs of progress last week. We saw better work at the first level to actually create displacement. Then getting to the second level, that's been the biggest thing, getting the linebackers to create some of those explosive runs. They started to take positive steps in the right direction, but I'm still not sure that they're where they need to be because, again, this is a really stout run defense. Last week, they started to show some promise. The second half, they started running into walls despite the fact there was no Jeffrey Simmons. So they're going to have to prove it, but I cannot say that I'm optimistic.
You might not have a score prediction for me right now. I know you don't like predictions necessarily, but do the Patriots win this game today?
I think they should. This needs to be a comfortable win. Again, if you shut down Quinshon Judkins, maybe the Browns score on their opening drive, as is tradition for the Patriots defense. Hopefully they get a faster start, but I really don't see how they get anywhere near scoring territory with any consistency. And the Patriots offense, I think Drake May is going to have opportunities to get downfield. It's going to be more man coverage than they've seen this season, but that's a place where Kayshon Boutte has shined, Stephon Diggs, and also Josh McDaniels. We know he can scheme it up with those pick plays. So it should be a productive day for the Patriots offense, even if it's not easy, but because of the Browns' insufficient offense, I think it should be a comfortable victory.
Because of all of that, I'm going 20-9 Patriots. That's my final score prediction. They win, get to 6-2 on the season. It's a beautiful day out here at Gillette Stadium. As you see behind us, sun is shining, maybe too much for producer Armit to get us a clear image today, but that's okay. Again, Patriots taking on the Cleveland Browns here in Foxborough. We will have post-game, after, on the field, myself, Taylor, John Zanis, Greg Bedard, the whole 9 yards here on Patriots Press Pass. So make sure you keep it here and locked in, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you after the game. Go Pats.